What's up, you guys? Today you're going to learn how to make a Memphis style Jucee Froot beat. Let's skip all the formalities and just get into it. Please like and subscribe. So first things first, we're going to go to 138 BPM. We're going to be on the slower side, but we're looking to feel the beat rather than it just be hype. Second thing second, if we look at the piano roll here, we're going to set this by going to View and Scale Highlighting, and we are going to do an E. Let's go back. Boom, View, Scale Highlighting, and we're going to go to a natural minor. Now all these wider little highlighted spaces back here, the ones I'm putting these on, is going to be the scale that we're using. What we're going to do here is we're going to do a 2-note bass line because that is very normal in this music. Shift that down an octave. Now that we got these bass notes here, I'm kind of turn this up to where most things are going to be. Go shift. Okay. We're going to take this and we're going to move it up to the C. It's going to be a half step above the 6, which is going to give us some tension, or a half step above the 5th, which is going to give us some tension. And now we're going to switch this to thirds because thirds sound intense. I'm going to go third beat to keep it simpler. And now we're going to do some arpeggio style stuff. So we're going to go bass note, rest, and then we'll play our next note after that. So, and then we'll play another note, give another rest, another space, so bass note, space, 2 notes, space, next note. So the next step to give this a really good arpeggio kind of feel is we are going to start adding notes, but we're going to turn those puppies down. Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna be honest, I don't like any of that. So we're gonna start from square one. Cool. So now that we got that, we're going to shift it over. We are now going to take these and start kind of staggering them a little bit. So you're just going to hit Alt and start kind of moving them. Now we've done that, select all these. We're going to go Alt R. I'm going to change the velocities a little bit. Okay, a little bit of pitching, a little bit of velocity change, all that good stuff. And now we're going to find an actual instrument to use for this. I can work with that. Now we're going to turn these down, the bass notes that is, highlight them, shift, bring them down. Alright, so I took some time to add some effects, and I added some RC20. With the RC20 I gave some wobble, and the wobble is stereo, so the left and right channels are wobbling at different rates, and I turned down the mix. So this is going to basically act like a stereo widener, as well as we're going to get a little bit of phasing going on. It's going to kind of act like a phaser, which is great. So I'll turn these on one at a time as I explain. So off with stereo spread and phasing. Cool. Added some distortion, and this distortion's more of a high-end distortion, so we're getting some air. Okay. And I just left this on. This little magnetic thing is going to kind of drop and change the volume back and forth, and it's doing that stereo, so left and right separated, so we get more movement. Then I added some tape saturation, so without and with. So it just brings a little bit out. And I wanted to tame some of the chiminess going on, so I used this F6, so off, on. See, I got some compression going. I used the dynamic EQ setting. If you don't know what a dynamic EQ is, click video on the screen. Okay. Oh, didn't even notice I had a parametric EQ already turned on. So the one that was already turned on, you already heard it. With it off, we're a little brighter. It's just a filter. So besides that EQ lowering the chain that was already on, we have a delay just to fill the space. So without and with. And all together, no effects, with effects. Cool, man. So, give it a little bit more stereo spread, because why? Because I can. To close everything, FN, F12, or just F12 if you don't have an FN button. Alright, so now that we got that, we're going to go ahead and add some drums. We're going to do a really tight snare. Okay, I'm going to layer these. I usually don't do a whole lot of layering, but I think I'm going to like this. Next, we're going to roll hats. Cool, I'm going to slow it down a bit actually. I decided to slow it to 130 because it felt too fast. The song that I made these rules about to make a Jucee Froot type beat is from Could Never, and this just felt a little bit too fast for that, so we'll slow it down to 130. We're going to get an aggressive kick. Sick. 808. With the 808s, what we've got now. I was just trying to make them aggressive, make them fast, but give them their space. So that's the basic idea of the beat. That's only 4 bars at 130 BPM. So to make it less boring, I'll probably end up making that bass line an 8-bar bass line, making the hi-hat rolls an 8-bar hi-hat roll, change some things up a little bit, and I'll give you a peek of that when it's finished. So to summarize, we're going to take some piano and do a little bit of arpeggio. And the way we do that is we're going to do a few quick notes, and then we're going to fill in the spaces with quieter notes. We're also going to use our bass notes or root notes as the beginning notes to each and every little climb and lower for the arpeggio. After that, we're going to do the drums. We're going to do a nice snare, follow it up with just a rhythm on the hi-hats and some rolls. And then after that, we're going to do more aggressive kicks. And as well as aggressive kicks, we're going to follow that up with an aggressive 808. Add that all together with a nice natural minor scale of whatever key, and you've got yourself a Jucee Froot type beat. If you like this video, please like the video. If you have any comments, please comment. I always appreciate a subscribe. This is Warren with Scale Audio, and adios.